Welcome student in the new chapter of grade 12 biology, chapter number 9, the strategies for enhancement in food production, part 1. In this video we will discuss about the animal husbandry, the practices involved to improve the food production in animal husbandry. Animal husbandry is a scientific agricultural practice of breeding and raising livestock. It deals with the care and breeding of livestock, poultry farming, and fishery. In livestock, it includes buffaloes, cows, pigs, horse, goats, camels, sheep, cattle, etc., goose as well. That comes the poultry that we will learn. Let's start with the animal husbandry. That is, more than 70% of the world livestock population is in India and in China. But contribution to the world farm produce is only 25%. That is, the productivity is very low. Hence, new technologies should be applied to achieve improvement in quality and the productivity. We'll begin with the management of farms and farm animals. First, we'll discuss about the dairy farm management. It is the management of animals for increasing yield and quality of milk and its product. Milk yield depend on the quality of the breed. The quality of milk and the quantity of milk depends on the type of a breed. It is important to select a good breed that has a high yielding potential, that gives more amount of milk. The product should be more, and the breed should be resistant to diseases. The ways for yield potential are look after the cattle, feeding of the cattle, and cleanliness and the hygiene of cattle. Looking after the cattle is the housing and giving them the adequate water and maintaining the disease-free environment for them. Feeding of cattle is important because it emphasizes on the quality and the quantity of fodder. Whichever fodder will be provided to the cattle, then that depends, that will give that quality and quantity of the product. Here it is milk. Then stringent cleanliness and hygiene practices has to be followed while milking, storage and transport of milk and its products. How we can ensure the stringent measures of hygiene? Number one is by regular inspections to identify and rectify the problems in the cattle, and second one is to regulate to have the regular visits of veterinary doctor. Next one after the dairy farming is the poultry farm management. Poultry is the domesticated birds used for food or eggs. Examples are chicken, duck, turkey, and geese. The components of poultry farm management are, number one is selection of disease-free suitable breeds so that to ensure a proper good quality of the product. Second one is proper and safe farm condition, that is hygiene, wherever they are living, the place where they are being kept. Third one is feeding of proper food as well as water, and the last one is hygiene and health care. Here is an example of an improved breed of chicken, that is a Leghorn. A breed is a group of organisms related by descent and similar general appearance, features, size, etc. Breeding is a modification of genotype of an organism to make that organism more useful to humans. So breeding is a technique which is being used to modify the organism for more useful to humans. Examples of good improved cattle breed and improved chicken breed is given. Leghorn is the chicken breed and Jersey is a cattle breed. What is the aim of animal breeding? The aim of animal breeding is to increase and improve the yield and desirable qualities of animals. There are two methods. One is inbreeding, another one is outbreeding. Inbreeding, it is mating of more closely related individuals within the same breed for about 4 to 6 generations. That's why the name is inbreeding. Breeding is there, but between the closely related individual for having 4 to 6 generation common same. The breeding strategies includes identifying and mating superior males and females of the same breed. Then evaluating the progeny obtained and identify the superior males and females among for the further mating. In cattle, a superior female, that is cow or the buffalo, produces more milk per lactation. A superior male, that is bull, give rise to superior progeny. So this is the characteristics of the cattle, that in cattle a superior female will produce more milk and a superior male give rise to superior progeny. What are the advantage of inbreeding? The advantage of inbreeding is it increases the homozygosity to evolve pure line variety. Second one is it exposes harmful recessive genes that are eliminated by selection. It helps in accumulation of superior genes and elimination of less desirable genes. This increases the productivity of inbreed population. So these are the advantage of inbreeding. There is a disadvantage also of inbreeding. It is known as inbreeding depression. It is a depression of fertility and productivity due to continued inbreeding, especially close breeding. How it can be solved? It can be solved by mating selected animals with unrelated superior animals of the same breed. Here on your screen you can see a diagram where you can observe properly that how the inbreeding has brought the depression of the recessive deleterious alleles at the end, which is harmful, which is able to express the end. So inbreeding brings the depression. Next one is the outbreeding. It is the breeding of unrelated animals. The types of outbreeding are outcross, crossbreeding, and interspecific hybridization. First one is outcrossing. Outcrossing is the mating of animals within the same breed but having no common ancestors up to 4 to 6 generations. So here it is different from the inbreeding. In inbreeding it was common ancestor up from 4 to 6 generation, and here outbreeding no common ancestors up to 4 to 6 generation. The offspring of such a mating is called outcross. What are the advantages? It is best method for animals having low milk productivity, growth rate in beef cattle, etc. It helps to overcome inbreeding depression. Next is the crossbreeding. Crossbreeding is a method in which superior males of one breed are mated with superior females of another breed. Desirable qualities of two different breeds are combined. The progeny hybrid animals may be used for commercial production or may be subjected to inbreeding and selection to develop a new stable superior breed. example here on your screen, it is given. The example is given on your screen, that is a sheep named as Hisardale, which is developed in Punjab by the crossing of the Canary Eve and Merino Rem. The third one is interspecific hybridization. It is a mating of male and female animals of two different species. In some cases, the progeny may combine desirable features of both the parents and may be of considerable economic value. Here the example is of mule, where the male ass is hybrid with the female horse, and the product we got is the mule, which is an example of interspecific. Both the animals are of different species. Now we will learn about the controlled breeding experiments in animal breeding. The first one is artificial insemination. The artificial insemination is a collection of semen from the male parent is injected into the reproductive tract of the selected female. The semen is used immediately or is frozen and used later. Frozen semen can also be transported. Success rate of crossing is low, even though artificial insemination is carried out. So this one is the drawback, that success rate is low, even if it's done through artificial insemination. The second one is multiple ovulation embryo transfer technology, which is the important one, which is also MOET, a program for herd improvement. It improves chances of successful production of hybrid, which was there in artificial insemination. The disadvantage, to overcome the disadvantage of artificial insemination. What is the procedure for MOET? The first step is a cow is administered with the hormones with FSH-like activity to induce the follicular maturation and superovulation. That means the female cow will be able to produce 6 to 8 egg cells per cycle. The animal is either mated with a bull or artificially inseminated. This is the second step. After that, the fertilized eggs at about 8 to 32 cell stages are recovered non-surgically and transferred to surrogate mothers. MOET has been demonstrated for cattle, sheep, rabbits, buffaloes, mares, etc. The high milk yielding breeds and the high quality meat yielding bulls have been bred to increase herd size in a short time. So these are the two advantages of MOET. That one is it is demonstrated on cattle, sheep, rabbits, buffaloes, mares. Second one is the high yielding breeds and the high quality meat yielding bulls have been bred to increase the herd size in a short duration of time. The next one is the beekeeping, which is also known as apiculture. It is the maintenance of hives of honeybee to produce honey and bee wax. Most common species that can be reared in India is Apis indica. Honey is a food of high nutritive and medicinal value. Bee wax is used to produce cosmetics and polishes. You can see the beehives, artificially created beehives on your right hand side on the screen, and the naturally beehives, that is left side of the screen. Beekeeping can be practiced in an area having sufficient bee pastures of some wild shrubs, fruit, orchid, and cultivated crop. What is the meaning of pasture? The food that is needed for bee. Important points for successful beekeeping are, the points that are important for beekeeping are, number one is knowledge of the nature and habits of bee. Second one is selection of suitable location. for keeping the beehive. Third point is catching and hiving the swarm, that is group of bees. Fourth is management of beehives during different seasons. And the fifth one is handling and collection of honeys and bee wax. So these are the important points for the successful beekeeping. The first one is one should know the nature and the habits of bee. Which type of fruit or which type of honey, nectar is required, or flowers are required for this honey to collect the nectar. Second one is selection of suitable location, so that the bees can collect the nectar in a proper amount. Third one is catching and hiving the swarms. That means to catch the bees, groups of bees to your particular beehive. Management of beehives during different seasons. Like if it's not the autumn or spring, then flowers won't be there. If flowers are not there, then how you will manage these beehives, that is during the different seasons. And finally, it is handling and collection of honey and the honeybee from the beehive. There are the other advantage of beehives for the farmers, as bees are the pollinators of many crop species such as sunflower, brassica, apple and pear. Keeping beehives in crop fields increases the rate of pollination and improves the yield. So these are the advantages for the farmers when they keep the beehive when they practice the beehive apiculture along with their farming practices. Next in animal husbandry is the fisheries. Fishery is an industry of catching, processing or selling a fish, shellfish or other aquatic animals like prawn, crab, lobster, edible oyster, etc. There are two types of fishes, freshwater fishes and the marine fishes. Freshwater fishes are katla, rohu, Indian carp. The marine fishes are hilsa, sardines, mackerel and pomfret. Fisheries provides income and employment to millions of fishermen and the farmers. So one has to emphasize on the fishery because it provides the income and employment to millions of the fishermen and the farmers. Aquaculture is the farming of aquatic organism and pisciculture is farming of only fishes. Aquaculture includes all the aquatic animals that we had discussed. It includes the prawns, it also includes the crab, it also includes the other kind of aquatic organism. Whereas pisciculture, it only includes the farming of fishes. Are the techniques to increase the production of aquatic plants and animals. There was a blue revolution, that was the development and flourishing of fishery industry. That's why the name is Blue Revolution. So in this video, we have discussed about the different type of animal husbandry and how it can be improved. The breeding can be improved using a new technology. Thanks for watching.